survival is all that matters. Fresh orders?
I expected Baldur's Gate to be insipid, stale, wholly without merit. But it's got a vicious bite to it. Delightful. Yes, the hammer is ours. The means to Orpheus's release is in our hands. To the Undercity, Voss must hear of our victory. When we next enter the astral prism, we will break Orpheus free. Voss has done his duty. When we next enter the astral with the Prince of the Comet at our sides, we to the Undercity. Vlakith's left hand, not sincere. Another empty promise. Only a night. The party's full. You'll need to make room. Well chosen.
Let's talk. I'd love to join you, but I don't think there's enough space for me to squeeze in. Let's make this happen. Need something?
You wish to consult me? I do not want a devil to hold my fate in his hands. Aren't you tired of bowing and begging for scraps of power from your patron? I say we put the devil from our minds and trust in ourselves. If anyone should have the power of the crown, it should be us. He is rather fond of himself. If he truly intends to be the savior of Baldur's Gate, perhaps he has reason to. Even if I personally faced down the army of the Absolute and drove it from the city single-handedly, I would not be welcomed as a savior, no matter what I do. The people of Baldur's Gate will always see me as an enemy. I do not want to be tolerated. I want to be feared. When we have all three Netherstones and control the Elder Brain, all of Faerun will have reason to fear us. I was the Absolute's dad. I take no responsibility for the lives I took. I did nothing in the Absolute's name. I was merely a weapon that I would rather die than endure it again. The tadpole, the Absolute. Every action seemed a deliberate choice. Even rational minds like ours cannot reject such a powerful influence. The Absolute can make the impossible seem inevitable. I take no pleasure in his passing. Whatever faults he may have had, Ketheric was a great leader. Of course, he ruled Moonrise for centuries. That in itself deserves respect. I believe he was an honorable man, but the gods used him as their plaything. First Shah and her sister, then the three behind the Absolute. I sympathize. It is a sharp mind. I saw strength in Ketheric, but I will never forgive him for handing me to Orin. For that, I hope a true soul came to my city preaching a message of togetherness. Menzoberranzan is not fertile ground for such messages. I killed them and hanged their bodies in my garden. Even as the flesh sagged and sloughed away from their eyeless skulls, their audacity infuriated me. I had to know where they came from. And whoever sent them was counting on my curiosity overcoming my caution. Yes, all it took was a simple act of necromancy, and the corpses told me where I needed to strike. Moonrise Towers. No. I was prepared for combat, but I intended to strike subtly. As it turned out, to my shame, I was defeated without even drawing my weapon. I came to Moonrise with a retinue of warriors and assassins, the best House Bainray had to offer. I expected a battle, but found Ketheric expected us, expected me, and I fell for his flattery. It is a mistake I hope never to repeat. Ketheric proposed an alliance between Moonrise and Menzoberranzan. He invited me to the head of his table. It was not the food I should have been wary of. It was the pale woman at the foot of the table. Orin. We had barely begun to eat when she spoke for the first time. I only caught one word, my name. Then, quick as lightning, she climbed onto the table, a dagger in each hand, and skipped toward me, slicing the throats out of my men as she passed them. Few things frighten me. Orin is one of them. Ketheric held me still, his hand on my shoulder, the grip tight enough to crack the bone. When Orin stood before me, she touched the dagger to my eye, drawing out a tear of blood. I want this one, she said. Ketheric nodded his permission, and I was taken below. You've seen the horrors of the colony. Orin kept me there for days. She forced me to watch as my men were processed, some for food, and then she placed the tadpole in my eye herself. That is certain. You know the rest as well as I do. Then there was you, and now there is freedom. Soon there will be vengeance. I took out my oath long ago, when I swore bloody vengeance against any who defied law. Though my faith is shattered, my oath endures. I am sworn to destroy all those who serve the Absolute. When I have had my vengeance on the cult, I do not know if my oath will still hold. I do know that when I take the Absolute's power, I will not lose control of it as our enemies have. Any who object to the laws of that world will have no place in it, of course. And I will gladly eradicate them. A disparate collection of vagabonds and strays. Did you have anyone particular in mind? He would despise me if he had the wits to understand me. But as long as he believes we have a common cause, he does not see beyond them. I enjoy his simplicity. Olof helped me. Sometimes I almost envy it. If I did not have my schemes, I would hardly know where to aim my boot. As we saw when he acted as the Stone Lord, Minsk is a dangerous tool. A powerful weapon without a mind to guide it. His righteous rage has been directed at my people in the past, and it can be as brutal and merciless as any act committed by the Drow. Fortunately, for now, he punches wherever we point, and serves our needs well. It would have been better for us had she embraced Shah and claimed the power of the goddess. But it is better for Shadowheart to be free of that poisonous influence. The Night Singer has some admirable qualities, far more than her insipid sister. But her followers are repressed. Take the child, Shadowheart. She does not even know who she is, but still manages to pity herself. The very concept of shaman worship is self-indulgent. They would have you think every whispered word and hidden thought is of value, but it is not so. I have performed 1,000 interrogations, squeezing out the most guarded secrets held in heart, mind, and soul. I can tell you this. When the trivial parts have been whittled away and I have sifted through what remains, in most cases, a person amounts to nothing at all. I have encountered few Githyanki in my life. Those that I did were raiders. They croaked out pleas for mercy in their alien tongue as they died. Meeting Lae'zel makes me wish I knew more of their culture. I did. She told me that she has nothing to teach, that cannot be learned through observation of her prowess in combat. Perhaps she is right. She certainly cuts a striking figure in battle. There is a precision to her ferocity that I admire. To one who only sees the surface of things, perhaps, you should look deeper. There is a fanaticism in the Lol swarm that lends itself to chaos. They turn their blades on one another as readily as on outsiders. The Gith have stricter hierarchies and stronger commitment to a single cause. Some, like Lae'zel, question that cause. But even so, she would be the wizard. No. Their mastery of the weave is commendable, but they are poor conversationalists. In my experience, they do not usually live long enough to make the effort of befriending them. Either the enemy recognizes they are a threat and kills them swiftly, or their curiosity leads them to combust while experimenting with the limits of magic. Our wizard is already in a state of suspended combustion. I suspect it is only a matter of time before he goes up in smoke. I will reserve my social graces for those who might live long enough to appreciate them. I have never known anyone so ferocious. I of. She exists in the moment, and she will burn out. She is intelligent, strong, and capable as both a leader and a fighter. It is a shame that their devotion to preserving balance is pathetic. precisely because they are perceived as good that they are so dangerous. Their intentions do more harm to the world than any warmonger could. They fear change, and would rather maintain mediocrity than face the risks and challenges that progress demands. I would rather break the world and build it anew than be satisfied with its imperfections.
What do you need? I've often asked myself the same question, and never really found a satisfactory answer. You clearly see something in me that I can't. The Wyll take it as a compliment either way. You don't get to be 13 centuries old without becoming a sound judge of character. And cheese, apparently. I regret many things in my life. Choosing to be here, intact and unexploded, it's not one of them. For now, to have a few more days in your company, no. I wouldn't change a thing. You need something of me? I can only imagine what I could do were I to adopt. You've not taken his power for yourself. So I can only wonder, why offer it to me?
Oak Father preserve you.
Who is overjoyed at our victory? Well, Viconia was a friend for a short time beforehand, but then a foe once more. Yes, Boo, a most wicked. The very mention of her name gives him nightmares to this day. Boo and Minsk have traveled far and wide. It will surprise you to learn that even the wisest of friends do not always recognize Boo for what he is. Exactly, Drow was a cruel witch, but a clever one. She knew what Boo was right away, and she had never seen his like before. She wished to inspect his handsome magnificence, and so she did. One night, while he lay asleep, twitching his whiskers in happy dreams, she crept upon his tiny bedroll holding a knife as slim as a toothpick. She meant to spill his miniature guts and study them. Minsk did not stop her. He did not need to. Boo never sleeps deeply while evil is near. He sprang into action and almost blinded the Wyll. She had fled from our camp by morning, when Boo told me the whole tale over a breakfast of berries and nuts. Another ball spawn buried by our hand. Ball should learn better than to send his offspring against us. They might as well be babes, dropped bare bottom into the Rashiman winter. There is more than a little to know, I think. Oh, my friend, there is much more to know. Well, but it is the Telthors, guardian spirits of every root, rock, and tree. Here in the sleeping lands they are silent, but in the far north, because it is slow and stupid and sleepy. Who says Minsk should phrase this in a kinder fashion? Telthors are the living soul of the land. This is so in Rashiman. In Rashiman, if my meaning is not clear, just check under your boot. The first time, my Dajema, after the Iron Minsk, didn't swear your service. Minsk politely disagreed. It was a little awkward. Minsk of Rashiman, said he. You insult your Iron Lord. It was only after they carried the Iron Lord away. The Council of Witches gave... Yes, Boo, that was before we were stoned. As you wish. Boo, do you have much to say on the matter of something else? Of course, my friend. Or are we not friends? Then you have a sword at your side. Unless I die. No. Does Boo see a question in your eye, or just a parasite poking through? Well, Boo, clear enough? Boo has a way with words that we lack. All that space in the cheeks, I am thinking.
This will be done.
move. Like it's well be done. gentleman's purpose.
The pride of the gate.
madness.
Sharp as ever.
Baldur Ansur.
Yes. What is it?
I'd be delighted, though someone else will need to watch the magical. Excellent choice.
Voss will be pleased.
Let's talk. I'm up for the challenge. You ready and willing?
statue before you bears a familiar likeness. It is Baldur, the celebrated adventurer who founded the city of Baldur's Gate.
Peril floods my province. The palisades fall, the earth does tremble. The servants of shadow and blood assemble. Beyond lies the grand Wyrm, deep in slumber, awaiting a true hero's advent. Should my domain drown in torment. Be you the deluge, turn away. Be you the hero, answer true. Are you worthy?
Poetic nonsense. There is none, and no Slayer.
You sense neither life nor spirit within the statue. A powerful variant of magic mouth has been cast on it, allowing it to speak only recorded messages.
Ancient Ansur, hear me. A champion is proclaimed. The test begins. Let your judgment follow.
Incredible. How old is this place?
A champion burns bright, even when rushing waters and moaning winds threaten to extinguish the flames. Take the torch, withstand the elements, prove your courage.